Every day, I am reminded every single day what a scam health insurance is. It is the biggest scam in America right now. Health insurance and car insurance. They would rather let you die than get a medical procedure that's life or death. That means life or death. Like, this is what we fought for. This is what my ancestors fought for. It's not. That's not what my ancestors fought for. Do better, America.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Can I complain about insurance? Because I need to complain about insurance. I started a new job last December, right? So it's been like 6 weeks of this new job. Obviously, I know new insurance because of it as well. I'm trying to figure out, this little company is somehow owned by another company, which kind of branches out into the bigger companies to provide coverage. And the thing is, with this little company, it's technically a Canadian company, but it's giving insurance to people who work in the US. So this Canadian company, right, has all of these relationships with other larger insurance companies in the US, but nothing is straightforward, right? I have a meeting in 10 minutes. But I can't figure out what my little company has access to. So I actually have no idea what my coverage is, my shitty coverage at that, and I'm losing my mind, because why do we need insurance to be so stupidly complex? I just want to know if my therapy sessions are going to be covered. I just want to know if I'm going to have to pay for my antidepressants. I want to know what my insurance is giving me, but I have no idea. I have to make like 20,000 phone calls and talk to people who don't know as well, and they're going to try to find people who actually do know. But you know, I believe that might be impossible. Thank you for coming on my rant with me today. I'm frustrated.
I haven't met my deductible yet. Who invented the deductible? Which one was it? Stand up, stand tall and proud. I haven't met my deductible, so it's just a mystery what it would cost me to ever go to the doctor. And I have a high deductible plan. Yup. So I'll probably just never meet it, because when you have such a high deductible, you never want to go to the doctor because you're never sure what the F it's going to cost you, but it'll probably be a lot. So you never end up going, so you never end up meeting it, right? And I've been needing to go back to therapy, right? But what's been stopping me is I don't know what it would cost me, because it's anybody's guess, because there's no place to look. There's no document that exists on my AmeriHealth website that says, if you have not met the deductible yet, here's what it would cost you to go to therapy. Nope, doesn't exist. Don't you just feel like that information should be available? And I know what you're thinking, call insurance. I shouldn't have to. And on top of that, yeah, let me just call insurance. Let me also just go blow my brains out while I'm at it. Look, I have an extensive medical history. And I'm the type of bitch, one thing about me, I will call. I will pick up the phone. I am not somebody that is anxious about calling places. I will call anywhere, anybody, anywhere, anytime, right? I hate calling my insurance. Up until I had to get off my parents' insurance, I was making my mom call my insurance for me because I can't handle it. No, it's genuinely a trigger. Like, my sense of humor just went out the window, and I feel upset and angry right now. Like, why can't that just be accessible information, right? I pay towards a plan. I should just be able at any given moment to know what my health insurance will cost me, because in this country, you could fucking blink in the ER and it's 10 grand. 2 weeks ago, I had food poisoning. And all the symptoms I had, I read online, if you have all these symptoms, you need to seek medical attention immediately. Yup. Did I go to the hospital? Nope. Why? Because I didn't know what it would cost me. And for 4 hours, I'm going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with my mom, my boyfriend, my roommate. Should I go to the hospital? Should I go to the hospital? Should I go to the hospital? If money wasn't a factor, I would have 100% went to the hospital. But I didn't, because I didn't know what it would cost me, because they're numbers that only a select few are allowed to know. And even though I pay for it, it's none of my business. Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Normally, I don't even talk about stuff like this, but let's talk about health insurance. I'm not going to tell you who I work for. Let's just say this. For 3 people, the health insurance per paycheck is over $300. And it's the high deductible plan. So your family has to get up to $8,000 or in order for the health insurance to even start paying for stuff. Now, for the reasonable deductible plan that you would want to choose is over $600 per paycheck. That's just per paycheck. And that deductible per family is $2,000. Now you're paying all this per paycheck, and then you're having to pay to reach your family deductible in a high deductible plan that you don't really want to choose, but you kind of don't have a choice because of the amount that comes out of your paycheck. Each paycheck, sorry. And you know what? It's not really on the job itself. It's the health insurances. Can we not get a decent health insurance here in California? The other health insurance that was reasonably priced was Kaiser. But they are on like the bottom list of health insurance. And honestly, where we are, the closest one is San Jose, California. But I wouldn't choose them just based on the reviews. But could we get a decent health insurance plans, affordable health insurance? Well, those are my thoughts. What do you guys think?
So, today is the first day ever, at least that I know of, that I don't have health insurance. I am 26. Before anyone gets all crazy, I was on Medi-Cal. I work part-time for the county, but apparently I make too much to qualify for Medi-Cal. And as a part-timer, I don't qualify for benefits. Make that make sense. What am I supposed to do? The system is fucked up.
I'm kind of crashing out because of health insurance. Because, like, the fuck? And I feel so ignorant because I never really realized, like, that's why people fight for universal health care. Because, honestly, I didn't really think that I would be in this position, but here I am. So I get kicked off because I make too much money. And with whatever that I do have, is for my living expenses. And now I have to cough up $200 more a month to pay for health insurance. And like the weirdest part was that honestly they were really helpful when I was talking to them, but like I know it's not their fault, but like they're telling me that I get a deductible, and I'm like, okay, like what is that? And then they're like, okay, we need to spend a certain amount of money and then we can start covering you. Then why the fuck am I paying for $200 for health insurance? Like, that's the part that does not make any sense to me. Because plus, like, yeah, going to the doctor is cool. Like, honestly, I probably needed an x-ray in the last 2 years. And my optometrist. But I would just use my insurance for therapy and for my antidepressants. And then the worst part of it is that my therapist doesn't even accept any of the health insurances that I am being provided. Like, it just does not make any sense to me. Make it make sense to me. Or if somebody can help me, also that would be very helpful and I would appreciate that so much, because I need therapy or at least my antidepressants, because it's been a tough couple months and dealing with this is not making it any better. But yeah, I love adulting. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love the American government. Love the American system. Love it. Love it. You guys are doing so great, America. Love it.
Every single month you pay for health insurance, right? And then in order to use the actual insurance, you still have to pay. Like, you still have to pay. You've already paid into this, and then you still got to pay that extra amount too, just to use your coverage. Is that not a scam, guys? Is it just me, or is that like that makes no sense? You already pay that every single month. Why are you paying again just to access that health coverage? It makes no sense.
My health insurance is $450 a month. Last year, it was $20 a month. And since transferring over to this new health insurance plan, which obviously this one now is because I am self-employed, which, hell yeah, I love being self-employed. But $450 a month for health insurance? Okay, so I got that amount and I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I have cystic fibrosis. I got to do what I have to do to have health insurance, because I have to see my CF doctor every 3 months. And I'm also on medication that is technically $300,000 a year for 2 pills a day. But the other day I went to the doctor's, right? And do you know how much my copay was? $400. And you want to know what else? I ordered one of my medications. My copay, $2,500. Yeah. So now, I especially see why people try to heal themselves naturally. I don't know how people fucking do it. And before you guys come in the comments and say, well, you know, if you worked at a regular 9-to-5 job, like, you would get health insurance covered. I already know that. But I still feel like there are so many more perks to me being a business owner. And honestly, I don't even think it's the cost that fucking eats me up. It's the fact that you go to the doctors and then they still can't even tell you what's wrong with you. Okay? They can't even tell me how to balance out my fucking hormones. The only doctor that I have that is worth me going to is my cystic fibrosis doctor. Because they actually take care of me and can figure out what is wrong. So I'm determined to heal all of my problems the natural way, with supplements and healthy food and taking care of myself. Because also, if I worked a regular job, my CF doctor is only like covered by certain insurance. So the job that I would end up working probably wouldn't even cover my CF doctor anyway, or my crazy medications that I have to be on for my CF. The real scam in this lifetime is healthcare. Like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I had extreme bloating issues. I all of a sudden went from a 00 to like a size 8, which there's nothing wrong with being a size 8, but there is when you jump 8 pant sizes within a couple of weeks. When I did not change anything in my life, I wasn't eating more, I wasn't excessively drinking, and I was talking to the doctors about this and was trying to like figure out what was wrong with me, and they're like, no, you're fine. They just do like this basic blood test and they are like, nope, nothing's wrong, you're crazy. They literally told me, no, you're just like getting to that age where now you just gained weight, like maybe your metabolism is not what it was. I'm like, this happens in 2 weeks? What? Ended up doing a shit ton of research on gut issues and all of that, and not only did I completely stop my bloating and now I barely ever bloat, but I also don't even need to take my digestive enzymes anymore for my pancreas because of my cystic fibrosis due to whatever it is that I did. My CF doctors were literally like, you're pancreatic sufficient now. So healthcare's a scam and they just want our fucking money.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
So I just turned 26 years old, so I guess that means that I'm officially an adult in the eyes of the United States government. Today I learned about insurance deductibles, which basically means that on top of the $828 a month that I pay for health insurance, I can't actually use the health insurance until I pay $4,100 a year in deductibles so that they can start taking money off of my medical bills. Whatever though, I'm at my nail appointment right now. This is the new set. It's real simple today, y'all. Real simple. Just real simple. Boring.
I want to start by saying I do not in any way, shape, or form support violence, period. I do, however, very much support the discourse going on online right now about private insurance companies and how they prey on the sick and the weak to turn a profit. I'm someone with an autoimmune disease. I have ulcerative colitis. I got diagnosed when I was 8 years old. And so I have ample experience with how sick and twisted these companies can be. When I turned 26 and had to get off of my parents' beautiful, gorgeous state insurance, I had to get a high deductible plan. It was the only thing my job offered me at the time. And let me tell you, I was paying $200 a month to just have coverage, and then was paying an additional $500 for the 2 prescriptions that I take on a daily basis. 2 prescriptions that I medically need to be alive, costing me $500 per month. Sure, no problem, while still paying $200 a month for health insurance coverage. High deductible plans are criminal and absolutely horrible for anybody who has any type of condition at all. And now, thank you, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, have a new job with different insurance, and I only pay $20 per month for those same prescriptions, which should give you some perspective on how insane it is that it's that big of a difference. But now on my current insurance, I, this year, had to spend $1,000 on a colonoscopy. I get colonoscopies biannually. It comes with the territory. I used to have to get them annually. There might be a time where I have to go back to getting them annually. It all depends on the progression of the disease. And when I tell you, when I scheduled the colonoscopy, the first thing I did was call my insurance and say, hey, what the hell am I gonna owe for this procedure? And wouldn't you know it, no one could give me a straight answer. It could be anywhere between $90 to $1,000. Well, we're not sure. It's hard because you're so young. If you were 45, we could cover it for free. But you're not, so you have to pay. And let me explain to you how particularly insane that is. The reason that colonoscopies are covered for individuals 45 and up is because it's to screen them for colon cancer. When my likelihood of getting colon cancer is like 60% higher than the average American because of my condition. But you're gonna cover the scope for them at 100%, no questions asked, but not me. That's
Crazy. And when my insurance couldn't give me a clear answer of what the service would cost me, I then had to do a 3-week goose chase with every individual in the billing department at the hospital system that I'm a patient at to try and get a clear answer. And I still couldn't get one. Eventually someone said to me, you just gotta come do the procedure and see what you get billed after. Like, imagine if any other business operated that way. Hey, yeah, like, come buy this thing and, like, you won't know what you'll owe. Hopefully you can afford it. So that's what I had to do. That's literally what I had to do. I did the procedure, waited a month, I got my bill in the mail, and wouldn't you know it, it was $980. So I filed an appeal, waited another month just to get a letter in the mail saying, sorry, you're on the hook for all of it. And, like, I will recognize my level of privilege and say that I'm grateful I'm able to pay that bill and not have it really impact my day-to-day life. But I still shouldn't have to, as a young person trying to save money like everyone else. And I also am disgusted at the fact that there are likely hundreds of thousands of Americans who would have to go into debt to pay that bill, or worse, would potentially not get the procedure or the care they need to avoid paying that bill. It's sickening.
That is a crazy range. $90 to $1,000. Anywhere in between. The same thing can cost you. The exact same treatment, exact same procedure can cost you anywhere from $90 to $1,000. What? Same tool, same, everything is the exact same thing. How is that even legal, guys? Please. How is that legal? How is it that these firms are able to charge us any amount they want, any range they want? We need more healthcare regulations just overall. We need a lot more, because this really should not be happening. This should not exist. This huge range, it shouldn't be a thing.
Let me help somebody out so they don't end up in an insurance pickle like us. So we decided to go on my husband's insurance for my husband and my daughter this past year, which means their insurance that was with me with United Healthcare ended in July of 2024. They then only had Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance the rest of the time. So my daughter went for her well child visit on September 11th of 2024, and we ended up getting a bill for $700 because they claim that we have another primary insurance, United Healthcare, which we don't, because the coverage ended in July for her and my husband. So after calling the first time and being told by the insurance company that the doctor's office had to reprocess it, and being told by the doctor's office that the insurance company had to reprocess it, we asked both to do it, but it didn't happen. Called back a couple weeks later, and we got an incredible agent on the phone who called United Healthcare with us to make sure we don't have coverage with them anymore for my daughter. She received the confirmation, put it in the notes, and said she reprocessed the claim. We looked at the app a couple weeks later, and it was still not reprocessed. So we called Blue Cross Blue Shield again. The next girl that answered was very nice, said she saw the notes, said that United Healthcare still wasn't taken off. She took it off and said she was going to send it for urgent reprocessing. At this point, we were getting notices from the doctor's office that we were going to go into collections soon. So she said that was urgent. We waited a couple weeks, checked the app again, still hasn't been reprocessed. Call again, get another girl who again was fantastic, very nice, very helpful, said that United Healthcare was taken off, but for some reason it wasn't reprocessed. So she sent it for urgent reprocess. She said, wait until after Christmas and call back. It's now after Christmas. We have been fighting this since the end of September. And it still isn't corrected. We called back today, got an incredibly rude rep with United Healthcare. He didn't respond at all, like half the time to what we said. It was just like silence. over the phone line, where I had to go, hello, hello, and make sure he was still on the phone. He put us on hold with no warning, just put us on hold. Apparently he called United Healthcare, and we talked to them too, and got the confirmation that they, again, don't have United Healthcare insurance anymore because it ended in July. This rep, though, at least he had some brains, even though he was rude, asked for the termination letter, in which United Healthcare said, sure, don't mind sending it over. I have to send it to the customer, though, and then they have to send it to you. So they emailed it to me, and she said, oh, it's going to take 72 hours, and then Blue Cross Blue Shield is going to take 30 days to reprocess. Our bill goes to collections in 2 weeks. Yeah. So, needless to say, we were livid. We're livid. We're so angry right now because this has just been an outrageous loop. So if there's anything you learn from the story, if you have new insurance, or you're switching from one to another because of a job jump or whatever, get the letter of termination from the previous insurance so you don't end up in this situation where you go round and round and round. It is absolutely ridiculous, and we refuse to pay $700 for a service that should be covered at 100%. It's insane. Also, something you can do on your behalf is go to your state's Department of Insurance commissioner, send in complaints so they can investigate those insurance companies and make sure that their training's up to date and make sure that they aren't being shady, because I don't believe for 1 second that this wasn't some kind of runaround for them to try to make me do the work and then me give up and just pay the bill so they could make extra money. I don't put it past them at all, because insurance is a scam, and no wonder what happened to that one CEO happened, because this is just, it's insane to me. Insane. So learn a lesson from my mistake. Get that termination letter and make sure that all of your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed and everything's taken care of beforehand. We did end up getting a call from the Optum representative with United Healthcare, and she was able to send us the letters today within an hour of me talking to her. Not many people have this kind of service. We only have it because my husband went through cancer, and we have that service. And luckily we do, because they were able to get it over to us ASAP. I just sent that off to Blue Cross Blue Shield, but God knows how long it's going to take them to reprocess everything, or if we're going to end up going to collections before this even happens. So, fingers crossed that it gets taken care of, because all I know is I'm not paying for it, point blank. So, just take my advice, get the letter, don't deal with the runaround. Okay, bye.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.